Good morning, everyone. Students of grade 5, today's lesson in social will be Unit 2, Lesson 5. As I told you, we will take it today. It's about heroes of the era. In this lesson, we're going to talk about the great men and women at the time of the Umayyad state. We talked about the Umayyad state in the past, and I told you it's in the 8th century. It was one of the biggest states in the world. And today we are gonna take some men and some women out of this era to study together. Listen to this part, and then we're gonna discuss it together.
Heroes of the era. Benchmarks. In this lesson, you will identify great men and women at this time in history. The dates in brackets tell you each person's dates of birth and death. Imam Az-Zuhari, 678 AD to 742 AD. Imam Az-Zuhari's full name was Muhammad bin Muslim bin Shihab Az-Zuhari. He was well known for his sharp memory, which helped him to memorize more than 2,200 hadiths. He is considered one of the most reliable narrators of the hadiths, and he was one of the first Islamic historians. Khalid ibn Yazid ibn Muawiyah, 634 AD to 704 AD. Khalid ibn Yazid ibn Muawiyah was a very well-known scholar. He worked in the field of natural sciences and became famous for his work in chemistry. He wrote many books on chemistry. He also collected books from other places and helped to get them translated into Arabic. Al-Farazdak, 641 AD to 728, 730 AD. Tamam ibn Ghalib Abu Firas was a famous Arab poet who lived in Basra in modern-day Iraq. He and another great poet of the time called Jarir started writing a new type of poetry for the new Muslim society that was developing. His Diwan, or collection of poetry, contains several thousand verses. Some of the verses are praise poems, some are humorous, some give political comments, and others express grief and sadness.
So in this part, page 48 in your book, we're going to talk about three great men in the era of the Umayyad states. And here we have Imam Az-Zuhari. In the brackets here, you will find the date of birth and the date of death for Imam Al-Zuhari. Imam Al-Zuhari's full name was Muhammad bin Muslim bin Shihab Al-Zuhari. And he was well known. This is the first information for Imam Al-Zuhari, is that his full name was Muhammad bin Muslim bin Shihab Al-Zuhari. This is the first information about him. The second one is that he was well known for his sharp memory. He can memorize so well, which helped him to memorize more than 2,200 hadith. And what is hadith? Hadith is the true words about or spoken by Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. So Prophet Muhammad's true words, we call it hadith. He is considered one of the most reliable narrators of the hadith. Narrators, it means the people who tell hadith, and he was one of the first Islamic historians. This is about Imam Az-Zuhari. So Imam Az-Zuhari, first information is that his full name was Muhammad bin Muslim bin Shihab Az-Zuhari. He was well known for his sharp memory, which helped him to memorize hadith, or more than 2,200 hadith, and he is considered one of the narrators of hadith. These are the information about Imam Az-Zuhari. The second one, Khalid ibn Yazid ibn Muawiyah, he was born in 634 and he died in 704 AD. Khalid ibn Yazid ibn Muawiyah was a very well-known scholar. He was a very well-known scholar, and he worked in the field of natural sciences, This is the second information. And he became famous for his work in chemistry. This is number 3. He wrote many books on chemistry, and he also collected books from other places and helped to get them translated into Arabic. So he translated books into Arabic. This is about Khalid ibn Yazid ibn Muawiyah. The last one in this page, Al-Farazdaq. Al-Farazdaq was born in 641 and he died in 728 or in 730. They are not making sure here which date. So Tamam ibn Ghalib Abu Firas was a famous Arab poet. This is his real name. Tamam ibn Ghalib Abu Firas was a famous Arab poet who lived in Basra. Basra, this is a city in Iraq. He and another poet, a great poet called Jarir, started writing a new type of poetry for the new Muslim society that was developing. His diwan, or collection of poetry, contains several thousand verses. Some of the verses are praise poems. So his poems were talking about what? We're talking about praise poems, praise. We're talking about humorous. Humorous, it means very funny. Some give political comments, and some of them were talking about political comments, and the other express grief and sadness. Grief, it means like something that is very sad. So grief and sadness. This is about Al-Farazdaq. The last one here about Fatima bint Abd al-Malik bint Marwan or Ibn Marwan. Fatima bint Abd al-Malik ibn Marwan. In page 49, you will find that Fatima was one of the most devout Umayyad women, known as a good writer, Adiba, and she was also a beautiful and wealthy woman. So I'm gonna talk about Fatima like she was a very beautiful and wealthy woman. And when she married Umar ibn Abdul Aziz, she married Caliph Umar ibn Abdul Aziz, and they lived an extravagant life. But when Umar became Caliph, things changed. When they lived with each other a very good life, but when Umar became Caliph, all the things changed. How everything changed? He told his wife, if you want to stay with me, you have to return your money, ornaments and jewelry to the Muslim treasury, Bayt al-Mal. He told Fatima, when Umar ibn Abdul Aziz became a caliph, he told Fatima, which was very beautiful and wealthy at this time, he told her, if you want to stay with me, now I am the caliph of Muslim, so of all Muslims, so please you have to give away all your ornaments, jewelry, and your money to Bayt al-Mal, for it belongs to them. Otherwise, there is no way for us to live in the same house. He told her, this is my condition. If you do it, we can continue and we can live with each other in the same house. If you didn't do it, so we are not gonna live with each other. Fatima obeyed and returned all her possessions to the Bayt al-Mal. She obeyed her husband and she gave away all her wealth and treasure to Bayt al-Mal. She didn't keep anything for herself. She and Umar then lived a simple life while the caliphate prospered and expanded. So they lived a very happy life, even their life was so simple because they were not rich anymore, but they lived a happy life. When Caliph Umar died, when Umar ibn Abdul Aziz, Caliph Umar ibn Abdul Aziz died, and her brother became the new caliph, Umar ibn Abdul Aziz's brother became a caliph. He told Fatima, Umar wronged you by taking your money from you. I shall return it to you. He told her that I'm gonna return all the money that Umar told you to give it to Bayt al-Mal. So Fatima, I will give you the money back. But Fatima replied, no, by Allah, I will not take it back. I wouldn't have obeyed him when he was alive, only to disobey him after his death. She told him that I obeyed him while he is alive. Why shall I disobey him now while he is not here, while he is dead? So Yazid took her possessions and gave them to his own family, and Fatima lived a devout and simple life. This is Fatima bint Abd al-Malik bint ibn Marwan, and those guys were some great men and women in the era of the Umayyad state, one of the greatest states in the world in the past. Till here, the lesson has finished. You will find a link, a Google Drive link, that I will put the answer of the previous worksheet. We were having a worksheet about Unit 3, Lesson 1. I will put the answer again for this worksheet, and you will find 2 extra worksheets, one for this lesson, Heroes of the Era, and another one for the model answer. Please check this file today, and don't forget to watch the video on YouTube. See you tomorrow, guys. See you today, guys, in the live session of English. Till then, stay safe and sound. Goodbye.